Hello class and welcome to Introduction to Soil Science here at Casper College. In this class we're going to be looking at what actually makes up soil. What are the properties of soil? What is the soil texture? What is soil good for? How do we use soil and why is it important? We're going to be looking at things like what are some of the nutrients that we find in soil that we're going to actually test for in this class. So as we go through this class, we're going to get a fairly comprehensive overview of what soils are. We're going to look at some of those nutrients that are in the soils that plants use. We're actually going to test for those soils or test for those nutrients as well, and look at how all of that relates to plant growth. So in this class, you're going to need a couple of things. One of the things you're going to need is this book right here, The Nature and Property of Soils. So we are actually going to be using the 15th edition in this class. Now, if you can actually find the 14th edition, this one right here, for a little bit cheaper, go ahead and get that. You don't necessarily need the 15th edition. The 14th edition will suffice just fine. Also, I mentioned we're actually going to be testing for nutrients in this class. So we're going to be testing for nitrogen, phosphorus, potash. We're also going to be testing the acidity level or the pH level of the soil. And in order to do that, you're going to need this Lamont Garden Guide Kit. And whenever we open up this Garden Guide Kit, we're going to see a couple of books in there. We're going to see some of those testing chemicals. We're going to see some of those test tubes in there and the materials that come with that. So we're going to need this Lamont Garden Guide Kit. And all of this is listed actually in the syllabus of some of those required materials. So make sure that you're getting those. And I would actually encourage you to start trying to get your hands on them in the first week of class and get them in, because we're going to start using those books out of that guide kit here pretty quickly. As we go through this class, I want to let you know this is my first time actually teaching this class. So I'm still working on exactly how are we going to line out the class and how are things going to look. They're going to be pretty constant, but just kind of bear with me as I'm getting some of these things set up if you don't mind. But if you ever have any questions throughout this class, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me one of several ways. One way is to just call my office phone number. My office phone is 307-268-2595, and actually that phone number is listed in the syllabus, and I actually now have it tied to my cell phone number, to where if you actually call my office phone number and I'm not in my office, it'll actually get redirected to my cell phone, to where hopefully you should still be able to get a hold of me. Now, I will tell you that even though it's connected to my cell phone number, you can't text it. So you can call that number and it'll go to my cell phone, but you actually can't text my office number. That part doesn't work. Another way you can get a hold of me is you can just send me an email. My email is tyler.reagan@caspercollege.edu. Or if you're here on campus, just swing by. Feel free to drop by my office. My office hours are from 10 to 12 Monday through Wednesday. But if I'm in my office, just feel free to come on in, ask me any questions that you would like. And other than that, I'm looking forward to having a great semester here in this soils class with everybody.